So, boys and girls, today we're going to answer an age-old question that has troubled mankind for thousands of years. When is a muscle car not a muscle car? When you only pay for the stripes. Hello and welcome to 4Speed DIECAST, the dumbest damn DIECAST channel in all of YouTube. I am Max the Finger, and with me, as always or usual, I guess, is Mary.
Hi, yeah, hello, everybody.
Yes, hello, and Mary has promised not to be a drunken whore today.
Don't be putting
as
words
well
in
as
my
Muffy, who is from Trinidad and Tobago, or...
Oh, actually, I'm from Northumbria.
Well, you told me Trinidad, so that's what I'm going with. And of course, our resident mechanic and all-around nice guy, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Frank.
How you doing?
What we're going to talk about today is when muscle cars weren't. And there's no better example than right here. I know I'm not talking about this Mach 1 here, which has a 428. Does it have a 428? I think it does. We're not going to mess with that too much. Okay, look, I said it out there. I shouldn't have. Okay, here we go. It's an M2. It's a 70? Yeah. 70 Mach 1, you know, with a 420. Oh, no, it's a 351. Oh, well, hey, wait a minute. Okay, no, I can't get sidetracked on this, okay? It's a 351 Cleveland car, which is, okay, for 70. That was the first year of the 351 Cleveland in the Mustang chassis. Well, okay, I can't get off track. All right, this shit goes off the rails when I start talking about other shit. So, okay, so the Mustang Grabber. This is what happens when you just put some stripes on the side of a regular Mustang. These cars just were kind of stripper models, and there's a reason why. This was kind of an insurance beater. Because if you had a muscle car in the late 60s, the insurance companies were going to nail you really good, buddy. The thing is, so many of these muscle cars, and all kinds of muscle cars, not just Mustangs, but Mustangs, because they still crash a lot. Anyway, if you wanted to buy something like this 70... Oh, don't get sidetracked. Like the 70 Mach 1, okay? And it's a 351 car, all right? So you won't have to pay as much insurance as if you got this 69 Shelby Cobra GT500. It better be a GT500 or I'm gonna be pissed. What is it? Come on. What are you? Tell us what you are. I don't know. Anyway, if you wanted to buy a Shelby and you were like 20 years old, this was a $4,500, $5,000 car in 1969, and you'd probably pay $1,000 or more a year for insurance. In 1969, $1,000. Today, that's like $40 million. You'd have to pay $40 million a year for insurance. Because people crashed them. Young guys bought muscle cars, Mustangs, and still do, and they crash them. What are you going to do? So anyway, insurance was outrageous. So, what do? You take your Mustang, and you give it the cool body, you give it the sports roof, and you give it that big C-stripe that's kind of like a Boss 302, but it's not, because it doesn't say it. And that's about it. The thing M2 is left off, and we'll take this out of the package in a minute. It doesn't have sport mirrors. If you look on here, hang on, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. There you go. If you want to pause that there and read all that. But anyway, what it's saying is basically what you got was the C-stripe and blackout paint design, because you got like the back end blacked out. I should have took this out of the package, I guess. And you got the 302 two-barrel. You could get... most of them had automatics, like the C4 automatics. You could get a 3-speed. You could get a 3-speed manual or 4-speed manual in these cars as well. But basically, if you bought the grabber package, you were just buying a 302 Mustang with some stripes. And that's it. Dog dish hubcaps. Which I like that M2 has got dog dish hubcaps on here. But, okay, let's take this out and we'll talk about it some more. Alright, so here we go. Cracked open. Bringing it to you fresh. Just fresh right out of the package. If you got all your food like this, think of how much healthier you would be. So there we go. These only came in 4 colors. This is called Grabber Orange, which, yeah, it's kind of orange. It's more red than orange, but I think they also called this Calypso Red in some other applications. You can get it in Grabber Orange, Grabber Blue, Grabber Green, and Grabber Yellow. And yeah, it was just a basic little Mustang that really didn't have much in the way of performance. Although, in all fairness, the 302 two-barrel that came in these cars was about 210 or 20 horsepower. So, you know, and these cars weren't as bulky as these guys back here that came along the next year in 71 through 73. These still weighed about 3,600 pounds. So if you had a 4-speed, of course a 4-speed, with your 302 powered Grabber Mustang, you could still spin the tires and you could still have a lot of fun with it, and you could still wrap it around a telephone pole at high speed. But the thing is, you didn't get the insurance rate, because yes, it's a Mustang, but no, it's not got a real big engine. And that was the thing with the insurance companies back then, is like, if you had a big block engine of any type and it was in you know, a pony car or something like that, or a muscle car, they were going to get you for it. Let's get this guy off the base and see if we can look inside him. We'll take some instruments and we'll go inside him and we'll probe him. By the way, this is my real left hand. It is not an AI replica, because now YouTube asks you if your video is made with AI. No, YouTube, it's all real. It's all real and it's all about me. What a narcissist. All right, let's get up close and personal with our little friend here. You know, a lot of people will tell you that muscle cars died in 1973 because of the fuel crisis. This is an insurance beater from 1970. What do I mean by that? Well, I already explained that. So if you were a young guy and you wanted a high-performance car, you were going to pay for it. So Ford decided it would be a good idea to just take the stripes from the Boss 302, you know, right there. And, of course, we're not putting the Boss 302 moniker in there because it's not a 302 Boss, or a Boss 302. Green light. M2 does a pretty good Mustang. I think there's a little issue right in here with, I don't know, the way it's made. I think the wheel well sits just a little too low. The wheel arch sits a little too low, but it's not a big gripe. Overall, M2 does a good Mustang. The only thing with this that I would say is these grabber cars, while they did have this all blacked out, the tail panel blacked out, they had chrome bezels around the tail lights, and these are black like they would have been on a Boss 302. So that's incorrect, but it's not, you know, so what. Also, they didn't have hood pins like this one does, and that's just because everything, all the Mustangs, all the 70 Mustangs that M2 does have hood pins, because it's in their casting. So, you know, what are you going to do? But nice little car. Nice little car. Let's see if we can see anything inside it. Let's take the garage light and let's see if we can look inside. Let's get closer. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see what we can see in there. What can we see in there? We got something That looks like an adult sex toy. They're in the middle of the console. Good, good. Whoa, oh, ooh. Hey, man, we're tripping out. Okay. Steering wheel looks pretty good. Let's see if we can look on the other side here. Sorry, there's dust and whatnot getting all over the place. Drives me batty. Look, there's a piece there. Dust. I hate the dust. Let's see. Well, you know, kids, we might have to pull this thing apart and just detail that dash. I wish I could get the right angle on the light. Here we go. No, still no. No, no. Why no? Why can I not have light when I want light? My lights are crap. If you're new here, it's a common thing for me to bitch about the light not being good and then not do a damn thing to fix it. So there you go. Yeah, steering wheel looks okay. It really doesn't look like a Mustang steering wheel. And that would be more like the sport wheel, but that's not even the sport wheel. Anyway, it's a steering wheel. It's got some gauges back there, and I don't think you even would have got wood grain on the dash even. I think it would have just been black plastic. I'm glad I speak so well. Let's look in the back window here and see if there's anybody in the back seat. Is there any stains on the back seat? I had Mary Lou down by the lake the other night, and there might be some stains on the back seat. That's terrible. Don't listen to me. I'm an awful old man. But anyway, as I was saying, back in the late 60s, there was already a push to kind of not really get rid of muscle cars, but a lot of people weren't happy with them. You know, you had people that were saying, oh, they're dangerous and people drive them fast and they got too much power. And young drivers, they'll get it. It gets away from them, and oh no, oh, they crash, and then we have to pay for it because they totaled out their Mustang. Not a very impressive crash scene, I know, but that really was what it was. The insurance companies were already coming after muscle cars. The environmental people were already coming after muscle cars and all cars in general because they tend to pollute the atmosphere. And so you had these little insurance beaters. You had the Mustang Grabber, which was only 1 year. Why can't we get that in focus? No focus for you? Focus there? Am I too far? Am I too close? Am I too close to you? Well, fuck me. Okay, I might get cut out. Or it might not, who knows? I might just go run on through. Okay, M2 does all right on the front end of, I don't know. I've never thought that M2 did a great job on the front end of these cars. I like that the Mach 1's got the driving lights and the Grabber does not. Oh, we need to do something under there because we got turn signals under there on that one, see? And we don't have any kind of definition under here as to where things are. Will I do something about it? Probably not. But the gas crisis was just like the final nail in the coffin. You know, in 71, all General Motors cars, and then, in 70, all General Motors cars, and then 71, all Fords and Chryslers and whatnot all had to run on unleaded fuel, so that kind of took a lot of the punch out of the old muscle cars. But they were still okay. But the fuel crisis was just the last nail. It's like gas went up to $1 a gallon, and you had to sit in line sometimes to get it, and people didn't like that. Story time with the old fucking guy. Okay. Well, we've seen this, so that's our Mustang for the day. Let's get out of here. All right, kiddies, that's it for this time. M2 Grabber Mustang. Everybody think it's cool, Frank?
Oh,
cool,
yeah, I'd definitely drive that. I would drive
It's
it.
a lovely car.
Screw you, Mary.
I didn't even say anything.
You
So
didn't
know
give me
what
a
to
chance
do.
to say. You
If
suck,
like
you
it,
asshole.
Take your thumb and shove it up a vicious animal's ass.
You should take that thumb and shove it
Be
up
sure
your
to
own
comment
ass dick.
rudely if you please. And be sure to bell the bell and subscribe. Sure, why not? And if you didn't like the video, well, you know what to do, and you know what to do, and
You know what you can
and
do.
you know what to
Hold
do.
on.
Bye.